Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Our next speaker is Mr. Bandam Srinivas, Assistant Vice President, NSDL Chennai. A BE and MBA from JNTU Hyderabad, he now heads the Zonal Office of National Securities Depository at Chennai and has been associated with NSDL for the past 15 years. Can I please request you on stage, sir?
40 years, you want to have a peaceful and happy retired life. And this is how you can match these investments. Don't match the reverse way. If you have 1 year, I want to put it in equity, 20 years, I want to put it in the bank deposit, you are absolutely on the wrong side. I think, some of us, we have traveled from Bangalore, some of us, we have traveled from Mumbai, we use the flight, and some of us, I think Srinivas has traveled from locally, used in this four-wheeler, some of you have come in two-wheelers. Destiny is here, but depending on the travel time, we use the different vehicles, and same logic you apply for investments. Use the vehicle which is appropriate to reach to the appropriate place at appropriate time, then you are at the safe. How you can do is if it is a 1 year, you can match with your 1 year money. It's a cash funds, liquid funds, where you are safe. Even you can do SIP into the liquid funds, of course. And 3 years, it could be a fixed maturity plan or debt funds. Or 15 to 20 years, it's a equity and balanced fund. And 40 years, I believe only equity and only equity and only equity. And believe in that asset class will definitely take you to the journeys. And if it's still further confusing, I always believe you should have a good financial advisor. Right financial, ethical financial advisor. If it is confusing, he will take care of you. For us, we are all professions. We are busy with our profession. He is busy with his profession of advising. Reach to a right financial advisor he can get. And right financial advisor makes your money sanctified and your life, he will make, his real financial advice make your life better because he makes your money work for you rather than you work for money. And he can give that right financial advice. And it's a simple to sum up. And when to invest, how much to invest, and what for you are investing, match your goals, and take a right financial advisor, put it to a fund, fund house which can have a long-term history, which is having a reputation, which got a credibility, and invest in a scheme which got a track record, not 3 months, not 6 months, not today in the top 5-star fund. Today it can be 5-star after 5, because today it's a 5-star for various reasons. It could be some stocks he is holding that would have outperformed. Whether it is performing over a period of all the cycles, it is over a period of last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, is that fund performed? Look at that track record and invest in that fund. Then rest assured, you can have a peace of mind. There is nothing called a right way or wrong way to invest. There is a recommended way to invest in the mutual funds. Is a systematic investment plan. SIP will give a peace of mind, and SIP will give a discipline. Time in the market is important.
Mr. Muruganoda magan maths la fail aita. Adanala அவர் சிட்டில இருக்கிற பெஸ்ட் டியூஷன் டீச்சர்ட்ட போய் சொன்னாரு.
அப்ப இவன் நாளையில இருந்து டாப்ல வருவானா?
அவ்வளவு சீக்கிரமா ரிசல்ட் கிடைச்சிரும்னு நீங்க நம்புறீங்களா? ஆனா நான் இப்படி ஈக்விட்டி மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்ட்ஸை பத்தி சொன்னா நம்புவீங்களா? கேளுங்க.
This is what typically, we ask our kids to study fast and we want our results tomorrow. And similarly, it is typically Asian investor psyche. When I put money in the bank deposit in FD for 10 years, I will not even go to the bank till 10 years. But when I put in the mutual funds or stock market, I will call my advisor next day morning how much it has grown. That will not happen. Use the same logic and make that. And I think today we are talking about more of the mantras. Sabya has already said mantras. Probably madras and mantras will go together. And we will have, typically to conclude, list your goals and put value for them. If you have a financial goal, what is that value for it? And make a plan, even if it is very simple. I believe only simple financial plans will work, not the complicated financial plans. Make as simple as possible so that you can execute well. And start now. There is nothing called a better, there has never been a better time. I look at, there is a saying from Mark Twain. He said, October is a dangerous month to invest in the stock market. Then he gave a pause. Then which are the other months, he said? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. And he said all the months. Like that, any time is a peculiar month, but every month is a good month. And start, there is nowhere. And it's a better time in the Indians, I think, better, Bala spoke about Indian economy and our Prime Minister. I keep telling our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi ji, MODI is not a man for me, it is a mission for me. MODI is a mission on developing India. I think, that's is a mission on developing India. I think we rest assured. And we have a best of the times in the sense it is a pro-market government, we have a proactive regulator, and it is a progressive economy. And if you are not proactive, you are in investing, the biggest risk you are taking is not taking a risk and not taking to invest. I think, that's a way to start now. Invest regularly and diversify your investments across. And there is a risk in every asset class, every investments. I think, biggest risk I look at in Chennai is the crossing the road. And I don't think stock market is more riskier than that. And finally, all good plans and investments requires time and patience, and you should have that time and patience, and you should make a habit. Here is a small.
இன்னைக்கு மிஸ்டர் சம்பத் முதல் முறையா வெற்றிகரமான வாக்கிங்க முடிச்சிட்டு வந்து சொன்னாரு
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே.
Very good.
அப்புறம் எடைய செக் பண்ணிட்டு சொன்னாரு
வெயிட் குறையவே இல்ல. இது உடஞ்சிடுச்சா?
இவ்வளவு சீக்கிரம் ரிசல்ட் கிடைக்காதுன்னு நீங்க ஒத்துக்கிறீங்க. ஆனா நான் ஈக்விட்டி மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்டும் இதே
It is simple. I mean, if you walk for one day, you can't reduce your weight. You have to walk every day, and you have to make it a habit. Similarly, investment is a regular one. Make it a habit to invest and consistently. And for me, SIP is something beyond, say, a systematic investment plan. Save, invest, and prosper. You convert first, save, convert into investments, and prosper. Start early and invest regularly and create wealth for yourself and for your family. I think then Gaurav will take over from here. And thank you so much. And last but not the least, if you have further doubts, I have a site, janotomano.com. I call www, which is wealth without worry. janotomano.com. You can come there and see. And wishing you all the good luck. And it is a Diwali. I'm sure the festival of Diwali is going to be a celebration of prosperity, celebration of Lakshmi. I mean, when I was in Lucknow, one of my friend was one of the investor who was telling. He said, "Do you know what is when Lakshmi will come?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Those who got Laksh, then Lakshmi will come. Me and Laksh is your goal. Have a goal, have a Laksh, have a Lakshmi, and a happy Diwali to you all. Have a prosperity." Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. With your sense of humor, you've definitely grabbed everyone's attention and put across your point very clearly. I would now request Ms. Sandhya Dhar to please present a token of appreciation to our respected speaker. Thank you again, sir.
Thank you so much to all.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is Mr. Bandam Srinivas, Assistant Vice President, NSDL Chennai. A BE and MBA from JNTU Hyderabad, he now heads the zonal office of National Securities Depository at Chennai and has been associated with NSDL for the past 15 years. Can I please request you on stage, sir?
A very warm good evening, friends. The earlier speakers, the eminent speakers have answered you a lot of questions regarding why you need to make investments in the securities market, what is the right time to make investments in the securities market, and how to make investments in the securities market, and also which are the various products available for you to make investments in the security market. Now, having understood to a possible extent of your understanding about all these presentations, I'm sure now the point is that you have come to a stage that you want to invest in the markets. Now, at that point in time, when you want to make investments in the market, you need to open a trading account with a stockbroker to do trading, this is buying and selling of securities. And also you need to open a demat account. Now this demat account will facilitate you for holding your shares in the electronic form and in an electronic form. Okay, and also you need a bank account to settle the funds, whatever purchases you have done to the stockbroker. So these three are the basic accounts which you require to purchase any security in the market, in capital markets. Now, what I'll be telling you is that when you need to have all these three accounts, many of us, everybody has got a bank account, so we are all familiar with the banking system. Similarly, when you want to buy and sell, you need to open a trading account, as I said, and you also need a demat account. Now, when you need a demat account, you need to know also where you need to open this demat account and what is the system that has been created in the country for you to provide these services. So these demat services are offered by a depository. So what do I mean by a depository? A depository is like a bank. In a bank, we all know we keep our funds in a bank account, and similarly in a depository, you open a demat account and keep your shares in the electronic form. So basically, depository facilitates holding of securities in the electronic form and further transfers in the electronic form. So it actually brings in lot of process efficiency, the way you hold them and transact in the capital markets. So in fact, in all these processes, the technology has played a major role in the kind of transformation what we have seen in the Indian capital markets in the last 2 decades. So in fact, technology has been a game changer in the capital markets. So NSDL, as the first and the largest depository, we have been also keenly developing technology-based products with an investor-centric approach to make you all these products in a very convenient and easier manner to make them use of. Now, Let me tell you, NSDL, as I said to you, it is the first and the largest depository promoted by financial institutions of national stages like IDBI, UTI, and National Stock Exchange. These are the promoters, and also most of the banks have stake in NSDL. So we are the first and the largest depository. These are some important statistics which we thought we'll share with you. Number of investors who have opened the demat accounts, it is about 1 crore 41 lakh investors have opened their demat accounts. At this point, I would like to just know how many of you among the audience have opened the demat accounts. Can you please raise your hands? Excellent. Many of you have opened the demat accounts. So that makes my job easier so that you are familiar with the system, so I can touch upon the important points which you need to take care of. Look at these, the Indian capital markets, number of companies which are available. Rather, the companies have joined the depository system and they have given the opportunity to the equity shareholder to hold those shares in the electronic form. Those companies are about more than 14,700 companies. And number of DP service centers, more than 17,000 service centers of the depository participants through which you open the demat account and avail the service. These are the depository participant service centers. And the cities and towns covered across the country, about more than 1,600 towns and cities. So these are pan-India services available across the country for all the investors to avail the services. Now there are 270 DPs. These 270 DPs have their branch network to offer you all the services across the country. Now look at the last figure, which is again an important statistics, demat value. There are the demat value, that is the value of the securities which are held in the NSDL system is about more than 115 lakh crore. 115 lakh crore is a huge value which belongs to the citizens of the country, which we hold in our systems. Just to share with you how important and how big this value is higher than the GDP of 180 nations of the world. So it's a very big value which belongs to the asset information of the citizens of the country, which we maintain in the system. Now again, we need to look back how big these numbers are. When I'm saying 1.4 crore investors who have opened the demat accounts, the other depository CDSL got more than 1 crore accounts. So totally put together 1 and 1.4, there are about 2.4 to 2.5 crore investors who have opened their demat accounts. Now look at the population of our country. It is a 1.2 billion population country, and look at the number of accounts what we have. So there's a huge gap and there is a lot of potential for the market and for the investors to participate in the capital markets. As Mr. Balasubramanian earlier shared, in the recent, very short span of time, we might witness a tenfold increase in the participation of the investors in the capital market. So that number, maybe if you are looking at 10, 20 crores also, to easily 20 crores population can come into the system and make investments in the market and avail the services. Now, as I said to you, NSDL has been in the forefront in developing technology-based products with an investment-centric approach to ensure that you as an investor has the convenience and ease of using that product. So in that direction, we have developed a product called Speedy. Now this Speedy is a product, it's an internet-based product. Through internet, you can log in into your demat account and transfer your shares from your demat account to any other demat account. Normally, when you trade through a stockbroker, you need to transfer your shares from your BO account to a broker's CM pool account. So that transfer, without the need for filling a physical delivery instruction slip and submitting it to the DP, and without having the worry that whether DP will process the instruction in time or not, keeping all those things aside, through internet, you can log in through a Speedy system and transfer your shares electronically at your convenience, sitting at your home or at your office across the world. So that is the product which is developed, product is called Speedy. Now, another product which is a very interesting and very informative product is the Ideas. As the name suggests, it is something similar to internet banking. We are all again familiar with the internet banking facility. You log into your bank account through user ID and password and see all the transactions what you have done in the bank account. Similarly, through Ideas facility, you will be able to log in into your demat account through user ID and password and see all your holdings in the account and also see all the transactions what you have done in the demat account. And it will also show you the valuation of your portfolio of investments in the demat account. So it's a very value-added service which is available to you. There are no charges to it. You need to register for this facility. You can do it online. You can approach a depository participant and get registered. And at your convenience, you can log in and see all your transactions and holdings in your demat account and also the valuation of the holdings in the account. You can also download a monthly transaction statement digitally signed by NSDL through this facility for your own record purpose. Now, the other important app is the product is the mobile app. We have also developed a mobile app, which again, as an investor, you can download this mobile app from sources from Google Play Store and also from the Android-based network. And this is a freely downloadable software. You can download it and have it registered with your account details. Once you get registered with your account details, you can log in through your user ID and password on your mobile into your Demat account and see all your transactions, what you have done, and also the valuations. And everybody knows what is the power of a mobile today, because a lot of information dissemination happens through the handset. So, on your go, you'll be able to see what is happening in your Demat account. So it's a very good risk mitigation tool which is in your hands. So you should be making use of this. So kindly make use of this. There is another important development which has happened in the recent past is the, the thanks goes to SEBI's guidelines. SEBI has mandated both the depositories to provide a consolidated account statement to the investors. Now, it's a very important development. This important development has happened because of the vision of the finance minister, which he has actually mentioned in the July 2014 budget, wherein they have envisaged a single operative Demat account in which all the financial instruments of an individual will be reflected. Now, to begin with, the equity shares, preference shares, bonds, debt instruments, government securities, mutual funds, all these investments are available in a single account. So SEBI has given a consent to include all the investments in a Demat account along with the mutual fund investments of an investor, which are held in the statement of account form. So I'm sure many of you have opened your Demat accounts, must have received a consolidated account statement from NSDL. This statement is a single statement. The benefit of this is a single statement which gives you the information about all your investments in various multiple Demat accounts, in case if you have multiple Demat accounts, and also all your investments in the mutual funds. Now, the logic is if you are having a multiple Demat accounts in your own account, that is as a single holder, and also you happen to have a joint account in a joint form, but there also you are a sole holder or a first holder, then all these accounts balances are consolidated in a consolidated account statement and shown to you. Okay, so this is a very important tool, or a rather service available to you. With this product, you can actually get started and share the information with your financial advisor to actually analyze the data, what is the composition of your investments in the market, and what is the portfolio of your investments, and it will actually guide you to take forward your investment decisions. So very important facility available to you. Please make use of this. Then also you have a, can we take questions later? API based.
Write down your question and let's have it later. But if there's only one sheet,
they take your whole questions out. And coming to the last point is the e-voting process. Again, we would appreciate, earlier, the e-voting, the voting on the resolutions of the company used to happen. You used to receive a physical document. Okay, the ballot paper from the company at your residence in the postal form. You need to open that physical paper document and you need to consent your voting in that physical paper document and then send it back to the company. That was the system of voting when you intend to or wish to participate in the voting on the resolutions of the company. Now, gone are those days. Today, sitting at your home at your convenience, you can participate on the resolutions of the companies by voting electronically. That is what is the e-voting system. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs has enabled this to the investors, and today, sitting at your home at your convenience, you can actually vote on the resolutions of the company which are put forth at the annual general meeting of the companies. So these are some of the technology-based products which we have developed to ensure that it is more easier for you all to make use of in your investments in the markets. Now this is what we have shown you, and we have tried to show you how the cash statement looks like. I'm sure many of you, since you have opened your Demat accounts, you must have received it. The frequency of providing you the cash statement is that in case if you have done any transactions in the previous month, you would be receiving a cash from NSDL in the next month. And if you have not done any transactions in any of your accounts or in mutual funds, then you would be receiving the cash at a 6 months frequency. So that is the frequency of receiving a cash statement. Now, some important points for the investors to know about the deposit system and the other various products which you can make investments is the development is the you can also hold mutual funds which have made investments earlier and which are holding them in the statement of account form. Even those can be held in the demat form. So in an existing demat account, you can make a subscription for a new mutual fund investments. You can buy and sell through your existing stockbroker, the mutual funds. And also the mutual funds you have made investments earlier which are available in the statement of account form, even those can be converted by submitting a conversion request form to your depository participant and hold them in the electronic form. Now, having said this, what is the benefit of having all instruments in a single account? Again, it gives you the benefit of seeing them all in a single demat account. It becomes easier for you to monitor and take a review decision. Then other important service which is again coming to the investors is again the credit goes to SEBI, the capital market regulatory body. They have actually given guidelines to provide a basic services demat account to the investors. Now it's a very important facility for all the beginners. I mean, if you have not opened a demat account earlier and you intend to open a demat account, wish to open a demat account, you should get started with this basic services demat account, because this gives you, this comes to you at a very nominal cost. How it works, you can, an individual person can have only one basic services demat account with any of the depository. Once you open this account, you can have the valuation, value of securities in your account to the extent of 50,000. So till 50,000, the DP will not be charging you any annual maintenance charges to you for that particular account. But the moment the valuation goes beyond 50,000, above 50,000 and up to 2 lakhs, less than 2 lakhs, a DP will charge you a maximum of rupees 100. So that is what is the costing which is being prescribed, and it will be costed to you if it is a basic services demat account. So look at the logic. If you're having a demat account, if the value of the shares is about 1.9 lakh, then the maximum charges DP would charge you is about 100 rupees. Value of the shares in the demat account is about 49,000 rupees. DP may not charge you any fee because it is a basic services demat account. So all investors, freshers who have not opened the demat account and intend to open the demat accounts, you can get started with the basic services demat account which is available to you, and you can contact your DP and get this service. Now, as I said to you, NSDL is the first and the largest depository, and because we are maintaining a huge database of the investors and the secured and confidential information of the investors, we were able to get some important projects of the Government of India also. One of the important projects, though I have not mentioned here, is the tax information network. I'm not going to details of it. The end point or the end result of the tax information network is that today your annual tax statement, Form 16, is available in dematerialized form. That is the result of the tax information network which was established by India, which was set up by NSDL. Now, likewise, many other projects we got into, and subsequently we had demerged, and NSDL group companies are handling these projects.